Hello there guys, Wayne from Luna's World here. Hope you're doing well. Welcome, and this is Flight Sim World. This is my first look video. I know there's a ton of videos out there on this because this is a new platform and early access. Let me get a couple of things out the way straight away. You're not going to hear any comparisons with other Flight Sim platforms on this video. This is not the purpose. This is early access. It's therefore not fair to review it. All I can do is pass on my first impressions of this particular incarnation of this platform as it is right now in early access. I'm not going to be negative for the sake of being negative. I'm going to point out some things that I think perhaps need improving, but mostly I'm going to be focusing on the things that are positive, because there are a lot of things going for this. One of the main things is that Dovetail have said that they are 100% behind listening to us to develop this platform in the future. Now, we don't know what us means. We don't know whether that means the arcade players or whether that means the serious simmers. But either way, it's a good sign, and you know, I think it's a positive thing. So let's try and stay positive about it. Let's get some flap down. I'm just going to have a look around the cockpit. It's looking quite nice. By the way, we're in New York. We're at Kennedy International. We're going to do a pretty short hop over to LaGuardia, so we should take in some of the sights of Manhattan. And before we do that, what I'm going to do is just come out of this. We'll go to Flight Planner. Now, I was slightly unaware of this. Okay. Alright, well, here's my first sort of bugbear, if you like. It would be really nice to have access to the configuration of each one of these during the flight. It looks like we would, in order to change any of these, we would have to stop the flight and start again. That's the first thing, because, you know, I might take a look at the weather and think, actually, you know what, I fancy a bit more cloud, or I fancy a bit more wind, or I want to put a failure in. But anyway, that's where you do it in here. It's not that clear. I was kind of scratching around trying to find where to do that. Anyway, that's where you do it in the Flight Planner. Oops, let's continue. We won't set any failures up this time. We will just get underway. I'm using the SciTech controls. The Bruner yoke doesn't work. I've tried it in the FSX configuration, but no, it's not working. Alright, and let's rotate. Up we go. This aircraft is the what is it? The RV-7A, is that right? I think it is. Got some pretty tasty winds going on here, and it feels quite nice. The flight model is heaps better than Flight School, I'm glad to say. Let's just mosey over JFK. It's a little bit illegal, but it doesn't matter. Looking a bit bare down there, isn't it? I'm sure that will get improved upon. The sound's really nice. I really like the sound of this aircraft. Let's put our flaps up now. And yeah, there's a lot to be positive. The rain on the windshield effect is really nice. Obviously you're not seeing that right now because I haven't got any rain programmed in, but that is really nice. There's a ton of videos out there showing that. It's really immersive, and yeah, I really do like that. Sorry about that pop-up there, must disable that. Alright, so we're kind of just about getting clear of JFK. We'll fly over to the city a bit, and just still gently climbing. And that'll do. We'll sort of head in that direction. The clouds look really nice, don't you think? Much better than stock FSX and prepared. I know it might seem like I'm comparing this to FSX and prepared, but that's because it's based on the same code. So I think we're allowed to do that. I'm not going to compare this to X-Plane because they're two different things right now, and it wouldn't be fair. But my first impressions are, out of the box, this looks and feels better than both Prepared and FSX. Now what is going to hold this back is obviously whether they allow add-ons, third-party add-ons, because to be honest, I got Prepared looking and feeling really, really nice with certain aircraft like A2A, which Dovetail have said they're working with. So that's really promising. I love Orbex scenery as well. So again, that's looking really good. I'm not quite sure about this at the moment as it stands. It's not that convincing to me, given that it is Orbex. It's a little bit disappointing with how they've depicted the city there. But there is an awful lot of autogen compared to FSX and Prepared, again straight out of the box. So that's kind of cool. Alright, battling these winds here. So what we'll do is we'll come back off the throttle. We're at 4,000 feet. What I want to do is a couple of stall tests just while we're heading in that general direction of LaGuardia. And we'll just check out the flight model a bit here. So just holding the nose back, keeping that back. Nice prop effect there. And whoops, that's me pulling back too hard. Here we go, and stalling. That's pretty nice. I like that. Convincing. Convincing. I think the flight model in this is reasonable, actually. It feels nice to fly. It's fun. Let's try a full flap stall this time. See if we've got any spin effect. Nice sound, nice wind sound effects there as the flaps come down. Alright, that is full flap. Let's see if she wants to spin. 40 knots, there we go. No spin, but again, I don't know this aircraft, so I'm not sure whether this thing does spin or not. Let's get it into a manual spin actually and see what happens then. So flaps are full up, so there's no danger of damaging the flaps, but let's see if we can get this into a spin. Oh, not quite, not quite, not quite, but not bad at all. We'll try one more time. I thought we were going to go into a spin there. It was teasing at it, but didn't quite manage it. No. That's me manually sort of turning the aircraft. Anyway, that's not bad, to be honest. At least we've lost a bit of height now. We can probably let's try a few 60-degree turns. Oops, that's a bit beyond 60 degrees, but never mind. Yeah, okay, that all feels quite nice. Yeah, you know, not bad at all. Not bad at all. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll come down towards LaGuardia's. That we'll do a bit of low flying, and we'll just check out some of the scenery a little bit closer to the ground. Actually, it looks better closer up, doesn't it? But there is an awful lot of autogen there. That's kind of cool. Buildings are perhaps a little bit generic, a little bit boxy. But again, let's not be too harsh. Alright, get some flaps out. Really do like the sounds. I know I've said that before, but I'll say it again. That is a great improvement. So let's just hope, guys, that Dovetail want to make this a serious simulator rather than a kind of arcade game. It could go either way, I guess. But I think this has got a lot of potential, especially if third-party companies create add-ons for it, and as long as they're not crazily expensive like some of the train simulation add-ons are, I think this could be fun. Now, to me, their strapline is bringing the skies alive, and I think that that's all good and well, and I think that should be their first port of call with what to concentrate on, because after all, that's where we spend the time. But they shouldn't, I really hope they don't neglect the ground, because one of the things that I love about X-Plane, and I'm not comparing the two, just to say, is that when you fly, you really do feel that, you know, there is a living, breathing world down below. And I really think that adds a lot to it. So I hope they do pay more attention to the ground as well. At the moment, it's a little bit dead. There's no traffic on the roads. There's, you know, it's a bit questionable as to whether there's been an alien apocalypse down below. But in terms of the flight model, in terms of the clouds and the way the aircraft handles and the rain effects, I really think it's pretty good. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm looking forward to seeing what they come up with and what they add to this simulator. And I think you know, it's a really exciting time. We've got a service patch coming out soon for X-Plane, which is going to increase performance. I'm a bit high here. It's all right. We've got the prospect of maybe prepared version 4 coming out at some point. And now this. So it's a pretty interesting time, I think, for flight simulation. And we need to embrace it all, I think. Well, I certainly am anyway. Alright, a little bit of power. And here we go. Touchdown. Any second. There we go. Cool stuff. Alright, well, I have to say, I enjoyed that. I hope you guys did too. And, you know, I think I've said everything that I need to say. I'm just looking forward to seeing what they come up with next. So, you know, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please don't try and don't compare it to X-Plane 11, you know, because they're two different things and they're at different stages of the development. So I don't think there's much good in doing that. This is cheap enough to be able to afford to run both, I think. And I think you should do that, because, you know, if you love flying, then, you know, gaining all the experience of all the simulators where possible is only a good thing. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for being here. Hope you've enjoyed this. Hope you've got something out of it. Please like and subscribe. And yeah, I hope you're enjoying the other videos on the channel, and I'll speak to you all very soon. Take care.